Oh, there we go. That's it. It's wait. Where's my camera? Oh, that is confetti. It's the confusing confetti because I just assailed us all with a dizzying array of fun sound effects. Oh, guys, crazy crap! Whoa, we're back. Hey, we're back, baby. I'm mostly recovered. I'm still. Was that a burp? I plead the Fifth Amendment. I don't have to answer that question. It was a burp, all right. It's a special burp. In fact, it's a free asset. It's like the highest value free asset that I've ever gained. In fact, we've collabed with the author of that burp before. It's a common occurrence here on the All OkAs stream that the particular source of that burp has shown up. It's an on-command burp, no less. That's what's impressive about it. That little ISO has been preserved on that soundboard for like a year. It's the burp heard around the world, bro. Speaking of around the world, oh my god. Oh my god, it's been so long. It feels like it's been years. It feels like it's been 1,000 years. I'm just about fully recovered. I'm recovered from all the fun. You know how it is when you're having fun and like you're fatigued and dead afterwards. That's the desired impact of fun having, right? That's how you know you did it right. Wow. Hello, Kenny. Bienvenido indeed. Sí, bienvenidos a OkAs stream. Fui a Puerto Rico, pero ahora estoy en mi casa y tengo solo un poco de dolores en mi cabeza. No tengo algo cerveza. You get what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I was like, it was a joke actually. I don't have a headache at all. It's amazing. It's like the first time in 2 weeks I haven't had a headache. And hello, last carnival. Wait a minute. What's this? An important missive. What is this information that you are sharing with me? If anyone has a JP-N64, I don't. Or EverDrive, EverDrive sounds like water. Sounds like a brand of expensive bottled water. Or access to a later. I highly recommend Virtual Pro Wrestling 2 Odo K Show. Is that one where the babies fight and drown each other? Is that one? You know what I mean? Is that one where Donkey was playing it in that one video? That Japanese exclusive fighting game where it's like the babies slap each other and they seize on the floor and all kinds of crazy stuff and like they put the weights on their ankles. And this is a real game. I'm not making this up. I know I'm famed for my improv stylings, but this ain't it, bro. I couldn't make this up. What do you take me for? Some kind of sicko? No, I'm a healtho. Oh, wait a minute. I made it sound vaguely insulting to be healthy and well-adjusted. Whatever, healtho. Why don't you go be well-adjusted somewhere else, asshole? Why don't you just go, like, have a career? Why don't you go just like not dissociate? Why don't you just associate in your own mind? Why don't you feel some stability, jerk? Huh? Yeah, check out the healtho over here. Get bent, get wrecked. L plus no bitches plus ratio plus no one gives a fuck. Wait. There was something I wanted to... Oh, right. There was a Cozy Chew clip I wanted to edit that onto. Oh, well, we'll put a pin in it. Remind me. Cozy Chew will be relevant in a moment. I mean, not that she's ever not relevant. I'm out of practice. My normal perspicacity is somewhat nerfed. Wah, Kenny? Yes, it's wah time. I respect wah. And yes, welcome back, OkAs. That's the theme of the day. Saddest dude, doesn't it feel like 2 weeks? 2 weeks feels like it's been like Fortnite. Literally a Fortnite. Straight up Fortnite gamer. I had a pretty good trip. And now you're seeing me in the fall. Yeah, there we go. I made that work. I made that work just fine. Oh, it worked out. Oh, that was good. Oh, like I'm back. I'm getting back in the swing of things. Don't worry. My brain is getting back up to full speed. All pistons are firing. All 3 of them. Like, because it's only a triple. I imagine my brain is a triple at most. At most. It's not one of them V8s. It's not some kind of truck engine. This is some kind of motorbike style engine, and it's not even a, you know what? Let's go with twin. Both cylinders are pumping. One on each lobe of my brain, causing tremendous migraine powers. It's not at the moment, though. Let's see. My sleep cycle is starting to get back to something normal because I tell you what, Wednesday. No, what? Now is Wednesday. No, now it's Tuesday. Fuck. I'm out of it. What? Sunday is when I came back, actually. But here's the fucked up thing, is that the only flights back were at like 6 in the morning. So I had to board this flight at like 5:30 a.m. local time, Atlantic Standard Time. Because guess what? Puerto Rico is superpowered. They don't have daylight savings time. Oh man, what a precious advantage. Vote up Puerto Rico. Everybody send a love letter to them, admiring them for their great decision to get out of that nonsense. Good. Yeah, it is Tuesday. See you this Tuesday. Deep cut. Oh man, I should stream Splatoon on Tuesdays, which I guess I did. And then it could be see you next Tuesday. See you this Tuesday. Deep cut. Oh, I mean, that's what that stands for. Oh, Tuesday lights. Tuesday night lights, bro. Lumiki! You're at work. I'm so sorry to hear that. There's nothing worse than being employed. I've gotten to enjoy the sweet fruits of virtual unemployment for the past fortnight, as well as more literal kinds of fruit, actual fruit, you know, including the dreaded, what is it? Not guanabana. What's the one? Papaya. They make you strong like Popeye. Papaya. I have that thing where it tastes like stomach acid, though. I can't enjoy the papaya. Lots of people enjoy papaya as a succulent fruit, but it's like a cilantro kind of deal. So if you're one of the lucky few with the wrong genes for it, it just tastes like, you know, straight up vom, and I'm one of them. So there's ample papaya everywhere. So, but you know, it's really good for you probably. So I just choked it. I choked down and went around town, and I missed you too. That is to say, a bit of a divergence there, but I missed you too, Miki. I missed all the Okazoku. It's been like a sunny, delightful time, making different use of the hours and trundling along on my path through this world. But also it has been like a terrible age of benighted terror, you know, existential fear, free fall. Because it's like, oh, when was the last time I streamed? An eternity ago, it feels like. What is my life? Where am I? What's going on around here? I've been barred from the papaya, but you know what? I'm Eric July in that shit. I'm Eric. Wait, what's his name? Eric? No, what's his name? The let me in guy. What's his name? Crap. Eric. Desayuno. Eric B. and Rakim. No, the talk show on Adult Swim. Eric Andre. There we go. Jesus. Well, I was almost right. Like two syllable surname. And Eric. It's Eric. There's lots of Erics. Eric B is closer. It's closer on the alphabet. Oh, yeah, I'm Eric Andreing that shit. I'm yelling, let me in! Let me in! I'm at the gates of Flavor Country. I'm at the gates of Papaya Land, you know? Papaya Land. Oh, wow. OkAs has been barred from the papaya. I might have to... Wait, you have the cilantro thing? It tastes like soap, but you still consume it? You consume it despite its soapy defense mechanism? So we're on the same wavelength, essentially, is what you're saying. We both power through this strange flavor aberration. I understand you are preoccupied training somebody. Don't you worry, friend. Thanks so much for dropping in. And I went and checked out some of them debuts you linked in the Discord. Actually, I was following one of them already, and I forgot. I vaguely remembered some ballerina VTuber. That was neat. What a neat idea. I'll have to pay closer attention to that 3 a.m. See, I got wicked confused because I didn't realize the group is called 3 a.m. I thought, you know, they're debuting at 3 a.m. You know, they might be in some other part of the planet, and it's like 3 p.m. for them. Whatever. You know, I didn't... Took me a minute, but I figured it out. You see, my brain's coming back online. It's all coming back. It's like muscle memory. You know, your brain's like, you know, it's like all the old circuits. They get livened up. They come back. They come back better than ever. Kind of arrayed. Yeah. You know, one crazy thing about the VTuber world is that term debut, which seems like it would be a pretty straightforward issue semantically, but sometimes there's lots of indie VTubers I follow who've been streaming regularly for years and they are still considered pre-debut VTubers. So I'm not entirely honestly, maybe I'm a pre-debut VTuber. Pre-debut VTuber. Wow, that's hard. That's hard to say. Say that 5 times fast. Try it. It's tough. You do that, I think you deserve $1. But hell, maybe I'm pre-debut. You know, I could be that, right? We could call that a pre-debut VTuber. Hell, I could be a V-tweeter. I mean, I guess I was for the last 2 weeks. I mean, what's the gradient on that? How long do you have to go without doing anything else? Well, I guess I had shorts. I don't know. I had shorts in more than one way because it's vacation. It was a Caribbean getaway, so of course I was doing shorts all the time. Wait, you just tried something very unique. What was it? Wait, guess what it was? Did you eat a pine cone? Did you juggle cats? Did you snorkel for clams? Did you find clams? Did it involve clams? Tell me if it was clams. Starboy! Oh man, the gang's all here. There's like, it's like a meteor shower. These Okazoku are plummeting through the atmosphere of my mind and lighting up the skies of my consciousness and creating a dazzling light show for the nonplussed observers at ground level, which are my, like, I don't know, my id and super ego, something like that. You know what I mean? The metaphor is getting a little overly detailed and is starting to come unglued at the same, but you get the idea. It's like, wow, stuff's happening. Pretty. You know, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, you're just so, OkAs, you're just so talented. What did I do? What was my talent? Where did it go? I didn't see it around here. You saw my talent? Oh my God, how embarrassing. Where did it go? Where'd it go? Is it exposed now? I don't want to get banned off of YouTube. What's up? OkAs is up. OkAs is up and ready. Oh, that was the thing. Yeah, because that 6 a.m. ass return flight. I know for a fact I'm not going to get a wink of sleep. I'm not even booking a room anywhere. So I just wandered around the city of San Juan, Puerto Rico, virtually homeless for the entire day. Just, you know, wending my way this way and that. Going to the beaches now. Going downtown for lunch then. Going here and there and everywhere possible. And then when it was sufficiently late and dark out, and I'd been chilling at the beach, listening to some, like, podcasts and stuff, I decided now was the time to go to the airport. And there was still 5 or 6 hours until my flight left. And so I just hung out. In the airport. It was a nightmare. It was like infrastructural camping. I kind of have a taste of what that guy is like. There's that guy who's been living at the airport in France for like 10 years because of some weird paperwork kind of reason that got him stuck. It was less than fun. I was somewhat stinkier than usual by the time I got home, and I didn't even get to do any gaming. It's not the same if you get stinky not gaming. Although I definitely must have been the stinkiest gamer ever on a routine basis, because boy, oh boy, it was sweltering hot every single day, except a couple of days where it rained a bunch, and I sweated and sweated. I just don't know how much fluid my little body can possibly contain. I did not know. I was actually like a legitimate slime VTuber. I was a slime VTuber. I was like, you know how Lumi, the Finnish wolf girl, Awu, like she has the slime form? I was that. I was like that. Just imagine that. A slime form OkAs, just slashing about the islands of the Caribbean for 2 weeks. That's pretty much what it was. Wait, hold on. Let's see. Okay, it's food-based. My first guess involved in consuming a pine cone. You tried 3 exotic flavors of Oreos. Mixed berry, mango, and melon? Did you go to an exotic locale as well? How do they make flavors of Oreos? Do you mean the cookie part or the cream part was flavored? I think the only variant Oreo I've ever seen is like mint flavored. I think they changed the cream to be orange on Halloween sometimes, which is boss, by the way. It looks cool. I don't know why they don't do that more often, but I don't think the flavor is even any different. It's just the same cream. It's just orange now. Out to run, Annie. Godspeed. Thanks for dropping by. We're going to go over some vacation pictures in a minute. So scope the VOD for some tropical paradise imagery. you know? Both cookie and cream were different. What is science right? I think they've taken it too far. You know, it's not the best way to live last carnival, but I'll tell you what, it's cheap. The places I stayed were great, although there were ups and downs because it's been a long time since I've done this and I was not ready for the various, you know, complications that inevitably arise with what is technically not international travel, but close, you know. But I don't mean to create a vibe of bumming in your mind. Tend to your earthly duties. The VOD will be right here. One of the reasons I wanted to do one more week on YouTube, so that we could get back into our routine with minimal disruption, and so everyone would know what's going on before the big switch to Twitch. Hint at, look at that little promo image I got up in the corner. It's true. Next week, same times, all the same times we're used to, but they're gonna be on Twitch for a little bit. But this last week of super cool streams will be VODs forever, bro. And speaking of super cool VODs, tomorrow, you have a stream tomorrow. It's a little unusual. It's gonna be at 5 p.m. Eastern. And it's the super cool collab of the century that I've been wanting to do for ages. We're gonna play boomer games with Cozy Chew. Cozy Chew is an alpaca. You've probably seen her around. She's all up on that social media. She's been posting hot takes. So she's been experimenting with the algo, and she's marshaled it like unto speaking Wingardium Leviosa upon a feather. You know what I mean? I don't know much about Harry Potter, but I learned a bit because I went on the Harry Potter ride. Oh, right. Before I went into the Caribbean proper, I was in Florida for a bit. I was visiting IRL friends, and we made an unplanned, unprovoked trip to the Universal theme park there in Orlando, Florida, where they filmed, you know, Legends of the Hidden Temple and all that. Presumably, all the live action Nickelodeon shows were filmed. I don't think they were filmed at Universal. They were filmed in Orlando. That's the point, you know. And I don't do theme parks usually, especially now that my brain doesn't work so good. And I had a chronic, but I'll tell you what, it was serendipitous for a couple important reasons. Like, there were higher forces at work causing this to come together because, I had a chronic migraine pretty much from the minute I left. Probably because I was like totally uncaffeinated, and I have been trying to step down incrementally, but now it was cold turkey. We're out in the open. We're tossed from the deep end. There's no walking back. And the fact that I didn't bring any vitamin B with me. So I think I just had one continuous chronic migraine for like the entire first week I was away from home. It eventually wore off after achieving a deadly crescendo Sunday last. But by some miracle, the one day I wasn't feeling groggy was the day that we made our unplanned trip to Universal. So that was pretty sweet. It was very expensive. A one-day pass cost 300 big ones. It was more expensive than my airfare, bro. But we did spring for the fast pass, which pretty much necessary. It was the Universal like Halloween horror nights because it's, you know, spook month. And okay, so we went to haunted houses, we went to rides, this and that. It was all fun. It was nice, but the highlight of the evening was the Men in Black ride broke down. And the sassy guard at the entrance to the ride was like wicked rude and aggressive for some reason. He zoomed in on one guy in our group in particular. He was like, "Don't you fucking go that way! Don't fucking go that way! Get the fuck back!" It was like, "Whoa, that's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. What the heck?" And it wasn't until a few minutes later that there was an announcement that the ride was broken and we left. But at first it was like, we're going through the line, right? Like the queue. We're walking between the metal rungs that guide you in one direction. There's no other way to go. It's not like we're going the wrong way. We're not barging through some restricted staff area. We're just walking towards the ride. And the guy suddenly like, "Oh, don't you fucking go that way. Get the fuck back. Get the fuck back." But so it was funny at first. That alone is funny. But then we turned it into like this running joke that was slaying us the entire time. Because every time we went to another attraction, we would start like, you know, transplanting that line of dialogue into the mouths of other characters, right? We'd go to like the Haunted Bayou ride and imagine like a dangerous hill person coming out like, oh, get the fuck back. Don't you fucking go that way. Get off my fucking property. That was all right. It was okay. We got a couple chuckles. It was like, ah, ha, ha, ha. But then we get to the Harry Potter ride, okay? And like it's a very immersive ride. It's one of those 3D goggles rides, right? So you get in the theme park part. It's like you walk in. It's like a reproduction of the like the bank set piece. He said it because we were the ride broke down, and we didn't know that yet. It just broke. It broke as soon as we got to the front of the queue, which would normally sound like terrible luck, but I consider it wonderful luck because I have this new precious memory that I will take with me to the fucking grave. I might on my deathbed, and this might be the last thing that flits through my mind, and I will be okay with that because he was like chasing us away from entering the ride area, which it was our turn to go in. And I guess he must have just heard over the radio that it was broken. He didn't handle it. He didn't handle it with poise and dignity. So we started just like imagining every single ride we go to, someone comes out and tells us, get the fuck back. When we got to Harry Potter, right, we walked through like the big bank set that has all the little gremlin guys. I don't know my Harry Potter lore. I know my Lord of the Rings lore better. So like the little Yodas, you go down a big hallway and then you end up in like this big immersive set piece where there's like a 3D projected screen on the wall. And then it's like a huge room with the actual actor, the guy, like the little gremlin, the chief gremlin. I'm sure some Harry Potter aficionado can probably tell me his name and his lore and all that. But the guy in charge of the bank, he's like a little tiny gremlin-y hobbly the guy. He's furiously scribbling at a podium with a big quill pen, and he looks up and sees the audience, right? And he gets up and starts like hustling around from behind the podium up to us. Someone was like, get the fuck back. Don't you fucking go that way. You get the fuck out of here. And it looked so believable because of how hustly he was. Also, it was a bank. So that was the only scenario where that kind of reaction would have been warranted, right? So I didn't laugh much at first, but the longer it was like one of those, the longer it percolated in my brain and the more I thought of it and the more it like suited the situation. I just started like giggling a little bit. And then by the time we're in the ride on the little roller coaster, it's like you get chased by dragons and Voldemort's there and all this stuff. But the assorted Harry Potter characters also show up. Once in a while, that little gremlin guy shows up, like, you know. Just every time I spotted him, I just laughed my ass off so hard I couldn't see. I missed half the ride because I was just doubled over with fucking laughter. I bet like if there was pictures or whatever, like other people on the ride probably just thought I was the world's greatest Harry Potter fan and I was just enjoying the hell. Like I just had a big dumb smile. I was like wheezing laughing the whole time. You probably couldn't hear it unless you were right next to me or something, but it must have looked like I was like just having the time of my life. The Harry Potter experience, finally. My life is complete. And in a sense it was, but not for the reason anyone could have possibly expected. So from now on, I'll just if I ever see that little gremlin guy from Harry Potter, I'm always gonna remember the intense verisimilitude of the night that I envisioned him accosting me in a bank vault, telling me to quote unquote get the fuck back. Don't you fucking go that way. There we go again. He looked like so. It fit him. It fit him. He looked really serious. Majime, as they say in Japanese. You know, he had that kind of attitude. He was a joyless, humorless little worker man, and like the idea that he would just look up and see a bunch of jackasses walking into a gold bank vault and run over to us. Get the fuck back! Don't you fucking go down! It works too well. So while Halloween Horror Nights was fun for its advertised reason, despite the fact that every single food and drink item in there costs upwards of 10 United States dollars, I now have my own official Harry Potter headcanon. That's something I never thought would happen. I have it. I have my own precious headcanon. It's technically it's even self-insert fiction. So we can say I genuinely have my own Harry Potter self-insert fan fiction headcanons where I, you know, all the other fan fictions are like people romancing their Oshi from the story. I'm here getting told fucking don't go that way by the little bank guy. That's my dream come true, dude. If it ever happens, I'll lose my mind. If they ever canonize him being rude to a guest at the bank. Oh, yeah, 300, including the fast pass, so that you don't have to get in the main line, which was like unreal long. We couldn't possibly have we got to almost every ride and thing in the park, and we could not have if we had to wait in some of those lines were legitimately kilometers long. Like they were winding around like wrapped and stuff, so it was like intestines, right? So they're maximizing the space. But there were like a quadrillion people there. There was like 2/3 of the human population was in that park that night, and I guess it was every week. But it did rain on us at one point, and that cleared out some of the lines, and I was good to go. I don't mind getting rained on. I'd rather get rained on than wait in line, you know? Better wet than set. That's does it. You sent a picture of the mango. Oh shit, Lumiki. I'm fascinated. Where do you get fruit flavored Oreos? Where do they do this confectionery? Where are they doing this post I cannot remember the damn word. Reposteria. Where are they doing this reposteria? I've never seen alternate flavors of it. Better wet than wah. Oh, hey, wait a minute. But I think that might be a lateral move. Better wet than Weesum. No, Weesum's a good thing. Wait, strawberry milkshake Oreos. Gee, I don't know. You know, here's my shameful secret. I usually don't eat Oreos. Not that I'm averse to the flavor, but they cake my teeth. They crumble so. And I have black shit stuck in my teeth for the rest of my life. Please don't judge me. I like the flavor. I said I like the flavor, but it's just like, it's such, after I eat it, it's such a mess. It's just like the flavor stays there for the next 10 years, and I have black gunk wedged into every crevasse. My molars, man, I can't decookie them. I need to have like one of those water picks or one of those blue lasers they use at the dentist for fixing cavities. You know, I need like heavy duty equipment. I don't like how crumbly they are either. I feel vindicated. I feel heard. Kenny, I feel heard. I feel like we're on the same wavelength at long last. But yeah, it's like it's torturous. It's like a Sisyphus kind of situation, or a Tantalus. It's like a punishment in Tartarus, right? It's like a Greek myth. Like the food that's so tasty, but when you eat it, it ruins you somehow. Like you can't eat too much. It just like mangles your mouth. You're just, you know, it's like spackle. It's like epoxy. It's like liquid. It just the dusty cookie turns into like a sort of resinous goo that fills up all the molecular width crevasses in your choppers. You know what I'm saying? It's a rough scene. That's all I'm saying. So after the great event, that was like the Pottergate, I guess. Actually, the incident happened at the Men in Black ride. so the comedy only took off at the Harry Potter ride. So he kind of like, I don't know if we call it Men in Black Gate or Harry or Pottergate or whatever. But whatever, it was funny. It sustained me emotionally for days and days. So I guess it was all worth it in the end, you know? And what happened after that? We just, I got my fish wish granted. Went to the Korean restaurants. They have all kinds of good restaurants. Oh, they have those grill table restaurants in Orlando. They don't have those anywhere near where I live. The Korean restaurants where you get the gogi and you got the giant leaves and you can put the gogi in the leaves. I've talked about this before. I know I have. I've ranted about them. It's a unique experience. A group outing to the Korean restaurant with the leaves. That's what I want. The table grill and the leaves. It's a hard experience to replicate, and they have to have them. They have to mandate one in every single state and province within North America, even the ones in Mexico. There has to be ready access to it at all times. Getting a fully intact Oreo cookie is like pulling an SSR. Gotcha. Are you talking about out of the package, or are you like pulling them apart? Are you talking about like when you twist them apart and try to get like the one wafer part without any cream on it? Because that's my PB and jam. That's what I used to, as a child, I would do that. And then I would scrape the cream part off with my teeth because I liked the weird little marks that it made. And then I would chomp the other end. And for a moment I was in heaven. But then afterwards, I would soon learn it was like an early version of drinking to excess. Like the hangover phase is when now your mouth is completely caked with black shit and you can't clean it, and you're stuck with the flavor forever. And anything you try to drink, man, is going to be infused with Oreo flavor. And there's so few things that are compatible with it. The based cream scraper enjoyer. Right? Is that some kind of, is that like in the DSM or something? Is that some kind of symptom of something? Does it show that I have a problem with my brain that I wanted to do that? I had to do, because it leaves like little tracks in it and it's funny and you can make like little patterns and you can do it in different ways. You know, that was my maneuver. It's my maneuver back in the day. And it was like the last little like clean bit before the blackening, before the blackness began. Out of the package? It's hard getting a fully intact one? I feel like that hasn't been a historical issue for me. The little ones, if you're talking about those like little 6-packs, those always are broken. But the big ones are usually well protected in transit, I feel like. Maybe you just have to get the bigger ones. Maybe you have to go to Costco or something. Get a giant Oreo package. It means you have ligma. I knew it. I knew it was too good to be true. Maybe that explains the migraines. Is ligma terminal? Can anything be done about my terrible ligma? Oh, they don't have Costco. I don't know where Costco is and where it isn't. I'm always surprised. They have it in Japan. I thought, like, isn't that to excess? Does that giant bulk ass selling model work in other countries? I always figured it was a uniquely North American thing, but it shows up and pops up somewhere. What was the other? Oh, right. And then I got into Puerto Rico late at night. For some reason, the plane, the arrival times and departure times are all engineered to be as inconvenient as possible. I hate arriving new places at night. And I gotta say, although generally, while I eventually did rent a car and drive on the roads and they were manageable, and for the most part, like the reputation of Puerto Rico as a nonstop demolition derby is somewhat unwarranted. The reputation precedes it a bit. I should say it's not Puerto Rico. It is, however, San Juan. San Juan near the airport, baby. I got in one of them airport shuttles, and within moments, I almost rear-ended somebody who cut him off in traffic. Though it may have been an insurance scam, because it was just like a dash cam video, bro. It was like the car just pulls out in front of him and stops. And I'm pretty sure the van managed to stop before hitting him, because that guy was ready. He was ready for that shit. He wasn't on his first trip to the rodeo. I imagine if you work as an airport shuttle driver from San Juan, then you're ready for anything. You're ready for any kind of a springing attack, you know. But that was like within literal moments of getting there. I'm like, oh, wow, I'm really glad I'm not driving. I'm glad I took the shuttle. And then nothing much was open, so I stopped at a little street side bar and just said, okay, I'll have a pina colada. I had no idea how much they cost, and when I tendered a 20, I got like fucking $7 back. I'm like, I hope you helped yourself to a tip, because of if a pina colada is $13 loving dollars, I mean, it wasn't a virginal one. It was rummed up. Oh, everything is rummed up. Boy, they're big on rum in the Caribbean. It's not even a meme. It's not just Pirates of the Caribbean. It's legit. There's rum in everything. There was an ice cream stand that would rum your ice cream for you. I don't even like rum that much, but I decided to do it just for the novelty. I'm sure it's a bit of an acquired taste. Bro, I would have a dash cam. If I was a shuttle driver, I would want that dash cam. I would just submit it to those channels. You would have like a lot of, you know, I feel like the territories are underrepresented in those American dash cam compilations, you know? When your dash cam screen suddenly grows a live leak watermark, you know you're in trouble. When it's on, you know, at the very least, it's going to YouTube. They always have those channels where it just mentions like the place and the state, and it's always like identical stretches of highway. Puerto Rico, come on. You got to get in there. You got to represent. You gotta get your dash cam crashes on those compilations. Are they still popular? I don't even know. So that was the initial arrival. That was the first, you know. Whoa. You were gonna get one of them dash cams, but your car broke. Well, you know, at least you didn't get the dash cam, then the car breaks down, because then what do? You got a useless camera. You spent money for nothing. Car maintenance is a nightmare. Such a hassle. It's always breaking at the worst time. It's like it's a constantly tending to it. It's like a creature that you must keep pleased at all times. Like you're making, speaking of virgin pina coladas, it's like you're making virgin pina colada sacrifices to it. Let's see. Now that we're talking about San Juan proper, where are we at? Where are we at, son? Ah! Hold on. I think this is incorrect. Am I... Whoops. Okay. I don't know what order the pictures are in, but they're here. They're here. Okay. Well, this is not old San Juan at all. It didn't start with this picture before, but I guess it'll start with it now. I guess I'm at the mercy of whatever it happens to show. We'll see what there is to see in this magnificent show, in this magnificent sliding show. It is easier to sacrifice virgins to pineapple-based drinks because the enzyme. Oh, it's true. Toss them in and they get dissolved by the enzymes. A flavorful fate. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Actually, I think we're onto something with that. Granted, it was a yummy beverage, and it was just the thing after my travails. And to beat the heat, but that was it. That was the only such colada beverage I had the entire trip, because I'm like, brosif, if these things are double digits dollars, I can't be going broke on pino colado. I'm a thrifty traveler, as you can tell. The fact that I camped out in the airport the last night instead of sleeping somewhere and having to get up early. Ugh, I'd rather stay up all night than get up early. Getting up early is a fate worse than death. You can't survive that. Getting up and then having to do things, it's like a 1-2 hit. It's completely impossible. Let's see, you know, like as I said, the unexpected trip to Universal was like among the most expensive things in the entire world. So what's this thing? This is El UK. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I heard it pronounced like 3 different ways. El UK National Forest was amazing, and it was free entry. But weirdly enough, the visitor center had a cover charge. I've never heard that my entire life. It was like, I'd be willing to pay an entrance fee to this place. It's cool as hell. But there's like a little side road that takes you to the visitor center, and you have to pay $8 to get in. And I'm like, well, but the visitor center is like just where you pick up a map and leave. It's like there's like a bathroom and a map, right? What's in? I don't know. I don't really want to go to the visitor center that bad. I just want to see some trees and shit. So, and here's an old ass lookout tower from like Spanish colonial era. It's very, very high up. You can see all kinds of hella surroundings. It was rad as hell. Randomized. Here's a very scenic sunset. I believe this is in the Siete Mar beach on the east side of the island. Originally the plan for me was to take the ferry down to Vieques Island and see the famed Glow Beach at Puerto Mosquito, but it was not to be, because it was stormy for the days that I was staying on the east side of the island. There was a lot of weather. It was sweltering hot and sunny every day, but there was at least 1 or 2 phases every day where it just suddenly started raining in torrents. But there was about a 2-day period where it stuck, and it was just perpetual storms. It was like that one area in Final Fantasy IX. So the seas were choppy, and the ferry guy was like, the Charon, the ferryman, was like, I can take you, but there's no guarantee you'll come back. And that was pretty much what they said. I'm like, it's all right. This is just a casual vacate. The stakes can stay low. I don't want to get stranded on a beautiful tropical paradise island during a storm. I'll just pass. I'll come back someday. I'll come back. So I guess I have to do a subsequent trip to Puerto Rico someday so that I can go to Glow Beach. So I didn't go to the Glow Beach this time. But that's okay, because The town of Sieba was a very small, cute zone, and they had a rental office, and I rented a car. It was a little pricey, but not much more pricey than hiring an Uber to get back and forth. It was like 70 bucks. And I just sort of drove around neighboring towns and worked off of a checklist that my hostel had of places to see. And I went up to this nice beach where I saw fiddler crabs and something mysterious jumping out on the water. I didn't get a pic. There was some big white thing leaping about. Maybe it was a dolphin. I don't know. Maybe it was some kind of rare Pokemon. Legendary Pokemon. You know, it was like when Ash saw Ho-Oh, right? Some kind of super rare creature. But it was nice. It was a nice diversion. Oh, bro, speaking of which, okay, so I stayed in a total of 3 different places. One was in Old San Juan, which I would maybe it was a chonky tourist. Impossible. It was well beyond the floaty barrier. You're not allowed to swim past the floaty barrier. They wouldn't have broken the rules and then flaunted that so egregiously. What happened here? Okay, so like this is one of the hostels I stayed at. You'll note that it resembles a barbershop, and because it is a barbershop. So, fortunately, it was not my fate this day to be sleeping on a pile of matted hair. The upstairs is a completely separate property, and it was being renovated, and that's why there's no signs or anything. But it was actually pretty crunk inside. It was nice and air conditioned. It looked like a Nickelodeon set. The floors were all like black and white tiles and wacky, and it was like colorful and had a nice little kitchen. And every time I left and came back, it was like a video game. Like they'd spawn a new section that was complete. The owner was cool, and he was very industrious. He was working his ass off the whole day. The whole days I was there. He, like, the kitchen wasn't working, right? The kitchen wasn't hooked up. There was no heat and no oven. And then I left and I came back, and now there was an oven and heat. Wow. And when I left one time, the room didn't have a lock on it or any kind of like a latch or anything to close the door. And I came back, and the door had a door and a latch and a magnet to keep it too. Wow. It was like it was literally like just, you know, leave and respawn and the thing comes back. But so when I reserved this place, though, this is the reason they're renovating is because they changed locations, and the original location was in another city, not far away, but a different city, Farado. I think is how you would say it. I also remember 2 or 3 competing pronunciations for it. Please correct me in the comments. But it was up in a different place. That was the address I had. And then when I looked it up on Google Maps, it literally said like the complex it's part of has been permanently shut down. I'm like, uh-oh. Have I reserved a phantom room? That has happened to me before. Sometimes like hostel bookers and stuff, you know, they don't update the records as vigilantly as you would hope. And so I make a reservation someplace and then I find out, oh, that place no longer exists. Well now, guess I'm just homeless in the city. But fortunately, the place did exist. It just had been moved miles away to a new town. And I was able to communicate to the owner to find this place, and I did find it. But then when I got here, as we can see, it's a barbershop, and there's no other signage. And I'm like, well, puzzle. The mystery thickens. It was like Shenmue, kind of. It was like Shenmue, just having to follow the steps, go here, get the contact information, call the guy, go to the other place, it's not there, go over here, meet this guy in front of the jacket shop at 5. In fact, this town called Sieba in Puerto Rico was a lot like Dobita in Shenmue. It was like one long strip with like shops and stuff on either side and a few small attractions. It reminded me a lot of Shenmue vibes, right? It was like kind of quiet, tiny town with a main strip and like just like, you know, small businesses everywhere. Just off camera to the left is a Burger King. Yeah, the Burger King is the warehouse district. It was very weirdly out of place. Everything else was cute and small and like kind of old worldly like this, and then plunked in the midst of it all, just Burger King. But you know, it all worked out in the end. I ended up getting in and out of this place to the ferry and to the beach and to a kayak tour. I brought my waterproof camera and tried to take pictures, but I don't think the camera's old. I don't know how good it is. I don't know if it survived. So I'll try to get the pictures off the ancient SD memory card if I can ever find a compatible port for it. But also, man, like, okay, so I tried to find this kayak tour place. And after some travails, I eventually got there, right? The GPS doesn't know what it's talking about because it tried to take me to the entrance of like a national park or something, and they were closed. And I thought, shit, how come every time I and I had a reservation. So like every time I try to go somewhere, it doesn't exist. What is this? Some kind of Silent Hill scenario? Is it Silent Hill or Shenmue? I hope it's just Shenmue. But when I eventually tracked down the meeting place on the beach, like it was like cartoonishly perfect timing. Like the exact second I had my cell phone out, I looked up the tour company and I found it was nearby, made a reservation for like an hour or two later, clicked OK, and almost immediately dark clouds rolled in and started raining its ass off. It was raining like crazy. And I'm like, oh, I hope this doesn't futz up my little kayak scheme. Damn. So, but it was almost humorous because of how perfect it did. Wild coyote. No, I'm perfect. I'm indoors. I'm an indoors creature. Hello, Adon. How are you? We're just talking about my crazy Fortnite gamer trip to Ironmouse Country, Puerto Rico itself. It was really cool. I would recommend. So I finally find the kayak place. Unfortunately, I've been kayaking before, so I knew a little bit, but almost nobody else there had. Like the entire tour group, it was like their first time, and we lost almost the entire group. It was just me and two other people by the end. So I basically, even though I reserved at the last possible second, I had almost an exclusive tour just for me because the waves were choppy. It was nighttime. It was raining. The wind was pushing us all around on the sea. It was great. It was insane that anyone was allowed to go out on their first time. It was like the hardest possible way to start kayaking. If it was your first time in a kayak, even I had to like kind of get back in the swing of it. I'm like, oh shit, man, how do I turn? Oh, there we go. It's like playing a video game that you like got halfway through and saved and got away from for a few months, and you're picking it back up and you're like, oh wait, you know, because you're like on a hard level. You're having to quickly relearn the controls and stuff. But eventually we got into a nice sheltered river and we paddled our way up into a lagoon where it was very sylvan and quiet. And then we splashed around in the water and saw the little glow boys. It wasn't as bright as Puerto Mosquito is purported to be, but it was very nice. Like every time you disturb the water, it's full of these little Pyrodenum Bahamian, I think is what they're called. They're little planktonic critters, little doodads, little guys. And every time you disturb the water where they're at, they glow at you. So it's like little sparkles. Wow, yeah. Welcome, Unknown and Yammers. That sounds like a brand of whiskey or something. Unknown and Yammers. Real Tennessee whiskey, you know? Like you could see it with like one of those serif old-timey fonts on the label, and it'd be like black and white with like the little kind of filigree pattern on the outside. You know what I'm saying? And like the little logo would just be like one of those sketchy line portraits of a guy who was alive in cowboy times. You know what I'm saying? Like the mustache. I don't know why I'm talking. I don't know what I'm saying. This is the point. Well, the point is welcome. And I'm sorry your past 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's been more than 3 days. Friend, I hope the hell phase of your life is over. I had 2 hell phases in the last 2 weeks. And we'll hear all about them. I love vacations. Atsudans. Puerto Rico was fun. It is magic. The little glow boys and the mofongo and the daily deluges and all of that. It was I can see how Satan has acquired her great magical powers. I see why Satan has chosen this particular island to descend onto Earth and reside with an unknown family. That is a very, very plausible choice. It's secret and magic. There were setbacks. It was imperfect, but you know, I didn't expect it to be. I had a checklist, not an itinerary. I just kind of played it by ear, and look how big my ears are. So I had plenty of wiggle room. Anyway, Yam, this like abandoned building was my hostel. No sign. No sign that it's the right place. I just got here and it's a barber shop and I'm like, ah, fuck, I think I'm homeless tonight. I didn't like, this is after fixing up like the previous incorrect address. And then I got here and I'm like, man, this is hard. Fortunately, they just moved to this new address. And so they were still renovating like the outside, but the inside was nice. I got some pictures, but I don't want to dox the other hostel guests, so I won't show them here. But the inside was really cool. That's a Latino hostel, all right. Is this what it's like in Brazil? It was nice, though, on the inside. And they had a little kitchen. And right across the street was a reposteria and a panaderia. So I got all kinds of bread. I got vanilla flan. There was a really nice little restaurant someplace that made the arroz con habichuelas. Habichuelas is what they call the beans. They don't call them frijoles for some reason. They have this like very yummy thing. It's like red beans and sort of tomato soup. And God, it was good. And I can remember the word because habichuela is like he bitch. And I, a basic bitch, would subside on this basic beach food, you know? It was yummy. And ubiquitous. Habichuelas, that's it. Arroz con habichuelas, that's the one. He beach, because the word beach is the infix, though. That's the root word, right? That's the beach is the root word of habichuelas. And various carne. That is all. And they had a cute little coffee shop. Man, Ceiba was a cool town. Very Shenmue-esque. That's how I describe it. At least in your city, we have the small European-style hostels where there's a high chance crime happens. Well, you know. Yeah, I've been in all manner of hostel, from the very ritzy to the like third world hellhole level. You know, nowadays it's easier, what with the internet and apps and reviews and stuff, to kind of know what you're getting into. But yeah, hostels definitely have a range. I mean, I guess everything does. Hotels can be crappy too, but like, you know. Yeah, I know what you're describing, Kenny. I stayed in one hostel in Japan once that was basically just like a refrigerator closet, and the air conditioner was so strong that I woke up. I mean, it was summertime, so it was welcome at first, but by the time I woke up, I was like shivering. And then I walked outside into the open summer heat of Tokyo in July, and like my eyes misted over and my nose ran so bad that I sneezed for like an hour. It was pretty funny, but yeah. But you know what? If you want to travel cheap, you kind of have to put up with some bullshit. I wonder what completely random picture my unordered slide. I put the pictures in numerical order and I named them with numbers. So I made a slideshow in OBS and now they're just shuffled up in completely random order. So whatever, we'll just wing it, you know. Yes, kitty. This is not just a kitty, my friend. This is a gato de escuela. Through that little chain link fence, that's like a schoolhouse. That's like a school that I walked past, and I saw this kitty just chilling in the parking lot, and I'm like, bro, they got a school cat. That's great. It's a little gatito de escuela, or would it have to be gatito de escuelo or gatita de escuela? I don't know my grammar. I just know basic vocabs. Hello, Super Tails fan and Aliyah. Hello. And of course, Andrew JD. I don't think I greeted you by name by mistake. I was fixated on the habichuelas and arroz. I was thinking of the flavor. I was transported right back to flavor country. It's the dichotomy between habichuelas and papaya. The papaya, which, right? Show of hands. Who can eat papaya and taste delicious, delicious tropical fruit? And who tastes straight up vomit? It's like a cilantro thing. And I got the lucky, I drew the short straws genetically on that one. I can have cilantro. It tastes great. It doesn't taste like soap. But the papaya trick, papaya got me too. Papaya got me laughing, man. Papaya got me gagging. You got a gag order on me. I'm doing swell. I'm well rested. I'm back. You like papaya? Okay, so you've got the good genes. Good for you. I'm happy for you, Yam. I'm happy for you that you can enjoy the fruit. What's it like? What is it like for papaya to taste right? Is it really sweet? He also likes cilantro. Oh, wow. Double. Look at this. Look at this. The bat with the perfect taste buds. Well, 50-50 ain't bad. I guess 50-50. I guess I can't complain. I don't have like allergies to my knowledge. I can consume of the mango. I also like honeydew. I guess some people don't like honeydew, but that, you know, I guess for them it's honey don't. I am having a pretty swell day. It's been not as productive as I'd hoped it'd be, but I'm like kind of getting back in the swing of working. Been writing a script. We got to get this done for Halloween because it's a Halloween video. I'm gonna try not to let feature creep assail me again, as it so often does. Papaya tastes similar to mango, huh? I wonder why mango doesn't have the same problem. Who can say? Mysteries, the culinary mysteries of this planet, huh? Wait, we saw her hostel. Then we saw her hostel, what had made smaller rooms and smelled like piss. Who's her? Oh wait, I remember when I went to Punta de Diablo, Uruguay. Look at this country. You are gay. Once with my aunt, she left me at this container hotel. I was like, I'm sorry, but that's what I managed to get you. Container hotel, like one of them. What's it called? The sleeping pod hotels in Japan. They have those. Capsule hotel. Is it like that, or is it just some kind of crappier thing? Or do you mean like you're in an actual shipping container? Because I've heard of that. I had classmates in Costa Rica that lived in a shipping container for like a month. That's amazing. Oh, you know, you do what you gotta do. At least it's a unique experience. And then we saw her hostel, which had way smaller rooms and smelled like piss. I haven't had a piss hostel. I'll give you that. I'm pleased. I think the worst I've had is bed bugs. Well, that's pretty bad, honestly, but I'd rather like, you can clean bed bugs out of stuff, you know. It is exactly at 7 pages. But with formatting, I have some spacing for different sections. I'm trying to keep it more organized and numbering the sections so that when I record them, I can number them and make editing easier. I'm trying to make it easier. And I'm trying to be fast. I'm trying to learn from my mistakes. Maybe I'll just have to cut out a section. Maybe this is it. Maybe it's exactly as long as it could possibly be, and I have to stop it while the getting's good. No bed bugs or the spawn of Satan. Yes, they're the worst. They're absolutely. Although, okay, wait. Once, when I was on a road trip with an associate, right? We were passing through the dreadlands of Michigan, and I didn't want to stop. I wanted to keep going until we were at Canada. I wanted to stop in Canada. But he got sleepy, he got eepy, and he demanded a hotel. And I'm like, fine. And we stopped at this horrible motel in Kalamazoo. And I remember I went in and like I set up. I put my I was going to put my stuff on the bed, like the nearest bed, the more conveniently located one, and he like jumped on it like, right in front of me, like just sniped the bed right out from under me. I'm like, ah. So I like got the other seemingly crappier bed. The next day I woke up fine. He was covered in fucking bug bites. It was awful. What a nightmare. In a small way, I guess it was karma, because I didn't want to stop. That's what you get. That's what you get for disrupting my timetable. That's what you get. You let me drive. You let me drive where I want to. You let me get us to the border. See what happens when you interfere with me. My traveling instincts are on point. I know where the dangers are. You just let me do the guiding. I'm the wilderness man. I'm guided by starlight and destiny. Yeah, you got bit up so bad though. At first it was just annoying, but I think by the time we got to Toronto, he started to have like a histamine reaction or something. So like my first night in Toronto, we were hoping to go do fun stuff, but I had to go to a pharmacy to get a medicine. And he didn't get out of bed the entire. We were there for days. Like we booked days there. So like in the end, he didn't get out of bed. And he was still fucked up when we left. It was really, I felt awkward like driving back into the US through the border check, because like it was just me and then the car next to me. This dude is like dying. He's like all sweaty and stuff. Like He just had a little too much poutine. Don't worry about him. He's fine. He partied a little too hardy in Toronto. I hope shutdowns at least gave the hospitality industry the lead they need to like break the bed bug cycle for a minute. They are the worst. It's a nightmare. I've had bed bugs so many damn times. I've mastered the art of sanitizing before I come home though. I've never had bed bugs in the home. There is that. Yeah, wait, what? You had bed bugs in Hong Kong and proceeded to burn all my clothes. Oh no. Well, I mean, you don't have to burn them. You can soap them. They'll get them out. The problem with bed bugs is the eggs. The eggs are small and indestructible. So it's like, you know, the adults are, contrary to popular belief, the adults are very killable. It's just that it's almost impossible to get rid of every last egg. And so you get successive generations of them, you know? But I've also worked in hostels and hotels in the past. So I've like developed kind of a skill for detecting little fuckers. It's really hard to deal with them though. That's legit. Oh, I slept tight. Oh yeah, I slept tight and I did not like the bed bugs bite. Bro, if I had any choice in the matter, I would definitely avail myself. I would repel them in my rest. Yeah, purified with water. I mean, with fire. Oh, fair enough. And oh, potato, hello. I appreciate your vote of sympathy. Yeah, bed bugs are the very worst, and they're the only bug that doesn't leave me alone. Generally, for some reason, I am deemed undesirable by the hemophagous critters of the world. Mosquitoes mostly don't bite me, and what's the other things? I guess it's just mosquitoes. Bees don't usually attack me either. I can be surrounded by yellow jackets and I remain calm and collected, and they eventually lead me to my own devices. It's like, you know, I just I don't know. I have pretty good luck with bugs. Not those. They're simply too evil. They're too evil. The worst I've tried is a mosquito in my room at night. Oh no, you know it's gonna bite you, but you also can't hunt it down. That is a nightmare scenario. Have you ever seen that YouTube cartoon Mosquito Season? Where it's describing that situation, but of course, but it personifies the mosquitoes as sexy waifus, you know, as you would. Roaches are also a persistent nightmare scenario. I had an apartment adjacent an apartment that had gotten so fetid that it had a roach problem, and their roach problem soon became my roach problem. And I first detected this when I saw one scuttering around inside the clock on my stove, like the little clock part where it says the time, and I just saw the silhouette of a bug in front of the time. And I said, I don't got time for this shit. And then some sunglasses fell on my face from the ceiling, and there was a disembodied voice cheering me on, you know? Yeah. I haven't been mosquito too bad. I guess I gotta count my blessings. I can't eat papaya without getting yucky, but mosquitoes leave me alone. So I guess that's a good trade. You can't have everything. Can't have everything. You raised Madagascar hissing cockroaches as pets for 10 years, just like Dale Gribble. Wow. But they're not the same, right? They're not the same as the bugs that just live in like apartments and stuff. Some kind of other cockroach. Do they really hiss? A nice thing about fall is that the mosquitoes go back to hell where they come from. Yeah! The bugs all have to go into retirement, including the bees. It gets too cold for bees. Oh, mayflies, they bug me. The really little ones that like form clouds in your face, especially if you're riding a bike or something. You just hit a cloud of those things and your face is now insect. You're more insect than man now. It's too late for you. You're done. You have to change your identity. You have to rebrand as a bug VTuber, which isn't necessarily such a bad thing. There's lots of good bug VTubers, but it's like, you know what I mean? You're not planning on it. It's expensive. You can't just rebrand whenever you want. It makes it hard to maintain an audience. That's the big problem with May, with late spring, is when you get bugged. Ooh, was there a discount on Puerto Rico flight tickets for VTubers? Well, 5 of them were over there recently. Well, it was very cheap. I'll say that. The entire round trip there into the mainland and with a city in between. It ran me about $150, roughly half the price of one evening at Universal Studios. Oh, they're different. They're colony cockroaches, very social with social hierarchy. Do they have like a queen and stuff? But there's so many and they just like live and die by the sword. How can they possibly? They work like ants? I don't want to be ants. I guess if I had to choose a bug, if I had to be a bug, wait, okay, how are we defining bug? Can I be a horseshoe crab? I consider that a bug. It's close enough. They have an alpha male? That's weird. It's like the alpha cockroach, the Chad cockroach versus the virgin bedbug, I guess. Bedbugs have no loyalty at all. The bedbugs just like, I think that like everything about them is evil. I think they even die in the process of mating. Like I think they just have like basically a stinger that they impale each other with, and the process of getting like fertilized kills them, and then they just hatch out new ones. And that's like how we're like even like every phase of their entire existence is like evil. It's like something from Mordor. They're like little Mordor creatures, like Sauron made them. And they're like territorial and they kill each other too, but not enough to solve your problem for you, unfortunately. Huh? Cockroaches fighting each other to create an alpha. That's crazy. I mean, but the crazy thing is they don't even realize they're bugs. You know? Is it like you're just, you're looking down upon your combating bug colony and saying like, dance, my puppets, dance. You have to, maybe I have to get accepted into this cockroach colony. Oh man, I mean, there's better ways to be alpha. There's better ways to be alpha. I would say like, if anything, maybe you need to have your protonic nuclei shattered. That's the one, right? That's the part where the alpha waves come from, right? Alpha waves come from breaking the nucleus, or is it the electrons? Fuck, we talked about this before. I forgot. I don't remember how radiation works. Never mind. I retract my physics joke. I reached a little too far tonight. I'm amazed I managed to get my mind back on track enough to catch half the jokes that I've caught. I shouldn't have gone into quantum physics. That's a little too much for the first stream back. A little too much. I'm gonna reach a little too far too fast. Oh, bro, look at all this. And somehow none of them got out in 10 years. I mean, like, are you talking successive generations that lived in the same box? Do they live 10 years? Please tell me they don't live 10 years. Please, Yam. Please, Yam. Do me a favor. Tell me the bugs don't live 10 years. They live like a month or something, right? My mom tried taking care of an albino ladybug. Albino ladybug? That's a thing. 2 generations in 10 years. Yeah, that's too long. I want to hear at least another digit added to that. I want 1 digit minimum with a decimal point, preferably. Give me 20. Drop and give me 20. 20 generations of bugs. 1 bug can live 5 years? Tell me that's in captivity. In the wild, they only live for like a month or something, right? Breaking news. Sad man destroyed by single cockroach. Fuck. Oh, no, that's right. You might lose. What if you challenge the bug and you lose? Oh, yeah. There's no living that down. You'll die of embarrassment. Maybe you could, like, I mean, honestly, if you're going to be a male member of a bug society, I guess you could be a bee. They have it pretty easy. They pretty much exist to mate once and then die. So, like, you know, no pressure. And it's, like, very, you know, it's like a peaceful society, except I guess they get murdered by wasps sometimes. But you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know if they get to eat. I don't know if they live long enough to eat. But you get to eat honey. And, you know, it's like one and done. Boom. No fuss, no muss. Easy. Takes all the guesswork out of living. Yeah. Male bees die during snooze stew. That's all they're good for. They just live once and die hard. Oh, whoops. That was a double entendre. I didn't even intend that. Whoops. I was just talking about, yeah, like the movie. Whatever. Let's talk about this photograph. That's an assortment of rum that you can add to your ice cream. This is an ice cream stand. This, my friend, is not a bar. This is not a nightclub. This is a local ice cream stand that I went to for frozen treats in the midst of a sweltering Caribbean day. And so it works kind of like Ben & Jerry's or like Cold Stone Creamery, right? You go up and you choose your flavor of ice cream. And then you come over here and choose like whatever. There's so many. I can't believe, like, I don't even know what all of them are. I just got rum. I'm sure half of those are rum. I don't know rum. I don't know. There's more than one kind. She just listed like 8 things. And when she said a word that I could pronounce easily, I said, oh, that one. Like, wait, you can recognize them from the bottles? That is, see, man, you're cultured. You should, that's what you should do. You should run you should go to the Caribbean and run a booze ice cream stand. Yeah, or just a regular ice cream stand, I guess. Does Denmark still have Caribbean territories? They might. Maybe there's some kind of, maybe you can get grandfathered in the Virgin Islands or something. That's not a joke. That used to be part of Denmark. Maybe you can go there. Run an ice cream shop with a curated assortment of spices to accompany the sweet flavor. Well, anyway, that was nice, and it does make sense because alcohol lowers your body temperature, right? It dilates your blood vessels. So I mean, yeah, I mean, if you're gonna add some alcohol to ice cream, it makes perfect sense. That is a sensible summer treat. I rate this treat logical. So it would play on Vulcan. Oh, this would have been better if it was contextualized by the other pictures, but this is up at the Castile. There's a big Spanish fort at the tippity top of the island, and you can walk up there. And I ended up, by coincidence, I got there right around sunset, and it was beautiful. It looks like Sonic in the Black Knight. Oh, there it is! Yay! Way off in the distance is that big fortress with like a big lighthouse on it, and it's kind of hard to tell, but there's like that open field is big, and there were people flying kites and playing soccer. I don't think you can see them in this picture because they're probably too tiny, but you can just hike your way over there. Just go wherever you want. It's pretty rad. People came by on bikes. Seems like a pretty cool hangout spot. And it's like one of the oldest things in the whole Americas. This is like where like Columbus started building crap here, you know? So that's old. It's not as old as it gets. So you're getting into like pyramids and such, you know? It was nice. It was a nice ass time. And at long last, the sun going away caused the heat to abate somewhat. So I finally started to feel human again. What a perfect place to go on a nice date. Yeah, that's what we're all thinking. Super duper something. Welcome. Yeah, it's I don't think you know. I mean, like, you'd want to get a little closer to the cliffside before you did that, but you know, it's like here where the picture is being taken from, you'd be in for a long hike. You'd be in for, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that there. You'd be you'd be busted. Lickety split. You'd probably want to wait for nightfall too. But I'm talking about it hanging out and dating. I'm talking about like dating. It's like a good place to hold hands, you know? You don't want to have to hold hands across that entire field. That'd be cumbersome, you know? All of the judging eyes upon you. Actually, I don't think they would care. Puerto Rico is a very PDA friendly place, is what I detected. It's quite thoroughly the opposite of, say, Japan, where the hand holding is lewd meme is kind of true. Oh, look, a rainbow! You can kind of see it. Let me make it larger. I'll try to enhance. Enhance. Look, you can see the whole ding-dang spectrum right there in the middle, right through the clouds. I'm amazed I only saw one. It's not like Hawaii at all. Hawaii just has like the daily aggressive rainbow display, and despite having similar patterns of rain, sun, rain, sun, rain, sun, I think this is the only rainbow I saw the entire time I was on the island. But it was a nice one. It was snazzy. Let's see, where did we go? Did you follow the end of it? Couldn't. It was facing the angry sea, where I was utterly powerless Actually, it was legitimately, you'd think that being on an island, there'd be plenty of places to go swimming and stuff, but there was actually hardly any because it was all like riptides and cliffs and bluffs and rocky shoals. There were like 2 public beaches, maybe 3 that I found the whole time, and they were pleasant, but they had to be like little sheltered areas. You couldn't just walk up to any random, old coastline. There were signs in several languages saying, probably shouldn't swim, boy, you'll die. Puerto Rico is awesome. Joshua Perez, hello, bienvenidos. First time in Puerto Rico for me this trip, and I think there's a good chance I'll go back. It was surprisingly easy to get in and out. 51st, yeah, perhaps. It's weird too. I've never been to a U.S. territory, though I have been to a Canadian territory, so I don't know. Theoretically, they're the same type of deal. It's Puerto Rico is a unique experience because I've been abroad a lot, right? I've been to a lot of foreign countries, but this is the first time I've been someplace that it's like a foreign country, but it's also got America there. It's like they took all the infrastructure of the U.S. and superimposed it on top of a foreign country. It's like, it's very unique. Although Old San Juan is kind of like an East Coast city. It's a little reminiscent of your Bostons and your Philadelphias and your Baltimores, what with the cobblestone-ass streets and the confusing, one-way roads and all that. So this is Old San Juan at nighttime. It reminded me of like a visual novel, right? Like this would be an establishing shot, the camera would just, it'd be like, it'd start up here and then it would just pan down, be like bloom, bloom, bloom. There'd be some like contemplative piano music, and then it would crossfade to like whatever scenario you're in, and you talk to one of your potential love interests. That's exactly, you know what I mean? You can see it, right? So yeah, perfect. Then maybe like a little overworld. Yeah. My Assassin's Creed brain went to parkour on these rooftops. Yeah, you know what? It made me think, because they're making that new Grand Theft Auto, and it always kind of annoys me how GTA is always based on the same 3 places. They have like fake LA, fake New York, and fake Miami. And if they're going to start expanding, they should make a GTA based on Puerto Rico. There'd be all kinds of opportunities for like commentary and stuff and satire, and it'd be, you know what I mean? Like, because then they don't have to make a fictional state. They can make a fictional U.S. territory, and they can have all kinds of like sardonic jokes about empire and all that. It would be perfect. And it'd be a good opportunity to have like a more diverse cast and stuff, right? There was one GTA based on a Chinatown. Is it just the Chinatown of a Liberty City, though? Because many cities have a Chinatown. I guess there was. Chinatown Wars on Nintendo DS. All right, I'll give you that. But I mean a main one. Main numbered sequel. And Vice City and San Andreas. I guess technically San Andreas incorporated fake Las Vegas and fake San Francisco into the larger LA setting. But you know what I mean. So Far Cry, the first Far Cry was a tropical setting, wasn't it? The newer Far Cry is set in like Montana or whatever. I haven't played one since Far Cry 3? I don't know. Spagonia. I know it's Kenny. I know what Spagonia. I know what Spagonia is. Come on. What are we doing here? I remember Chunan in particular. The nighttime Chunan music got stuck in my head for like a year. Especially when I went to the Great Wall. I was like, damn. It was like, it's so atmospheric. It works perfectly. I remember it a bunch. What else was that? What was the other places? There's like the New York. They had a fake New York. Holoska, yeah, they had sort of Alaska, Antarctica, Northwest Territories. Spagonia was the sort of all Europe. Wait, was that the Greece? Was that Greece or France? And then there was like a Jordanian place. Wow, Sonic Unleashed. Maybe we'll play that on stream sometime, huh, boys? Maybe that'll be like our 2,000 sub stream celebration or something. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe. OkAs will never tell. Anyway, I just think the old town was very pretty. And that's where the ice cream shop with the boozery was. And the most expensive pina colada in the entire world. Oh, it looks like we're back to the beginning. Okay, great. We covered all the main events. I had to quickly pick scenic pictures because some of them weren't on. Some of the pictures were on that waterproof camera I mentioned. These are from the cellular telephone. That made it maximally easy. Also, I just had to choose pictures carefully so as not to be like, you know, doxing random civilians and whatnot. I don't want to put faces on the internet, you know. It's got to be it's the hardest conversation a boy ever has to have with their parents. Bro, my face showed up on some VTuber stream talking about our island polity. And I'd be like, what's going on? What? Who? What? Granted, I'm not like it's not like a million people are watching, but you know what I mean? You never know. You never do know. It's crazy. Holoska Apoltos, that's the one. Empire City. Of course, they had the Xbox 360 version, Shamar, and then there was the Africa one and the Southeast Asian one. Of course, the one that was like Thailand. Yeah, I don't remember the names either. No. I mean like I'm on this channel and I'm putting pictures, and I mean if like a picture of somebody, some random person was on, you know, I just feel weird about putting pictures of random people that I happen to catch on the stream. No, I didn't go to that side of the island this time. Maybe next time. I have heard that a lot of people like to just rent a car and do like around the island once, and that sounds like it would be fun. My original plan was to go to Vieques and go to Puerto Mosquito, but I could not because the weather was so bad that the ferries were not running reliably. So in the end, thank you for the subscription, Joshua Perez. Welcome to Okazoku. Welcome to the channel. I stayed most of the time in San Juan, but then I also went off to the town of Ciba and stayed there a few nights. And that is where I rented a little doodad and went driving around to Farado and Siete Mer Playa and places around there. You know, half Puerto Rican. Wow, bienvenido. It was super cool. Do I plan on going to other countries? Of course. I likes me some traveling. I've been around the block. I would like to go to more. I don't have any specific plans, mostly because of time and money. But off the top of my list, where do I want to go? I would like to go to Peru, South America in general. I've only been to Colombia, but I would like to go to more South American places such as Peru and Argentina and Brazil. I would also like to go to Spain because I've been to Spain, but only Catalonia. So I would like to go to like the other parts of Spain as well. And nowadays, of course, I'm getting super interested in Indonesia because I've been exposed to so much fun Indonesian stuff from the VTuber scene. That's the land of Ollie and Pavlova Reine, you know. I have been to Denmark. Copenhagen was rad. They had a board game cafe there. And Freetown Christiania. Oh. Had to go again, though. So Peru and South America and Indonesia and Singapore and Thailand. Ooh, Thailand. That's where Thai food comes from. Yeah, I could probably... Maybe I'll just retire to Thailand. I'll just retire in a vat of green curry. Maybe I'll just become one with the curry. Just ooze into it. I'll just turn into a curry slime VTuber. I'll just be made of green curry. That'll be the end of me. That'll be the end. And yet just the beginning of a beautiful new phase of existence. And that's it. That's the ones off the top of my head I can think of that I would like to go to. Yes. Unfortunately, they're very far from me. They're not close. I guess in theory, I would like to go to Guam someday just because it's also a neat little tropical territory far out in the Pacific, but it's close to Japan. Oh, also I'll always go back to Japan or Korea. Japan and Korea. I haven't been to Jeju-do, and I haven't been to Hokkaido or Beppu. So there's places in Japan I haven't been to either. I'd always go back. Rest in Piman. He became rest in Piman because there's Piman in the curry. Yeah, rest in Piman. OkAs became green curry, and for that we may envy him. He had a very good journey. His journey has come to a delicious end. Oh, Argentina's having a rough one. So yeah. There's a lot of tumult out in the general world at different times. It's all right. If I go to Argentina, it will probably be years from now. So maybe things will have leveled off a bit. But is there any other? I'm trying to think if there's any other specific. I guess I haven't been to like northern Italy too much. Florence, Andorra. That'd be fun because it's like a weird little city state. Oh, San Marino. Yeah, I want to be more like Euro city states. That'd be neat. Maybe Norway. Encounter a troll. Encounter a charm troll. Or perhaps I would become the charm troll. So which way, Western man? Which way, Coyote? Will you go? Will you go to Norway and become a charm troll? Or will you go to Thailand and become the green curry? Will you become the curry? I don't know. They both sound pretty good. Charm Troll Curry would be a great name for a Thai restaurant in Norway. Put that on the wiki. Put that on the list. If anyone is in Norway and you're in a position to open a Thai restaurant, don't even have to credit me. You can have that one for free. Charm Troll Curry. Thank you. I would go to that restaurant. I would go right there. Also, when you go to Brazil, come to Sao Paulo. Wink, wink. Sao Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, Cristo Redentor. Hope it goes better than the Smiling Friends. That's all I'm saying. I'm migrating to Norway now. This is it. Saddest. You can open Charm Troll Curry. And it can be like a booze ice cream place that also does curry. It'll be kind of like the restaurant in Persona 5. They do coffee and curry, which is kind of a weird combo. But to be honest, it sounded a weird combo to me when I heard it in that game. But I've had Thai iced coffee with curry, and that's a pretty nice combination, TBH. It's pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna run. It's pretty goddamn good. But that's Thai iced coffee we're talking about. It's kind of impossible to screw that up. Maybe that helped prompt my migraine because I had the Thai iced coffee the week before I left and I didn't have my vitamins. My brain! It got cooked. Yeah, that was like my second night in PR though. I meant to do more exploring of the old city, but the first entire day I had such a bad migraine. I was up long into the night, vomiting, and then the next day I had that post-migraine euphoria and I was super powered. If I do it again, I would say that Old San Juan is more worth like a day trip. I'm just bro, I stayed in this place. The last hostel I was in was only a couple of days. It was called Mango Mansion, and it was truly living up to its name. More the mansion part than the mango part. There was actually more papayas than mangoes in the place, but it was clean and immaculate, and it had games, and it had nice lounge areas and hammocks and kitties. They had 3 kitties and 2 dogs. Yeah, they do that once in a while. That was the worst migraine I've had in like 10 years. I only got a headache that bad like maybe once a year. Less so since I started taking the riboflavin, but that was it. That was the big revenge strike. That got me good. That got me good, son. Good thing I hadn't had too many expensive ass pina coladas by that point. I would have been even more upset. It makes me more upset if I vomit up premium expensive food. But yeah, old San Juan, definitely worth a day trip. And oh god, I didn't even mention. Wait a minute, I thought I had pictures of this in this directory. I think there's shenanigans going on with my thumb drive or something. I think it's not accessing all the pictures because there's definitely I put pictures of the manatee rescue place. Damn, that was like one of the main reasons I wanted to go, bro. Oh wait, oh my god, I'm so stupid. I forgot the main bit. Hold on, everybody. I meant to do something else. I wanted to do. Look at this. Look at this. I set this whole nice thing up. This is the jungle. I went to the jungle. I went to the rainforest and took this footage, and now I meant to have this be the background during the entire travelogue part. I forgot. It's okay. We can still have this. I think it's very beautiful. It's very scenic. We can enjoy the scenery together. Let's enjoy this high-res ass trickling waterfall. Oh, that was the coolest part about the El Yunque National Forest. There was like all these waterfalls and pools up in the woods, and you could walk to them and you could jump in them and all kinds of stuff. And it was icy cool and the height of refresher. I mastered the art of Superman changing. I did magical girl transformations in my rental Jeep. I got my swim trunks, jumped in the water. Oh yeah, I don't have too many pictures of the place just because I was using that aforementioned underwater camera. That's why I got confused. That's why I got confused. But I definitely did take pictures of the manatee place, and I put some of them in this ding dang slideshow, and I don't know why they're not coming up. But down at the Inter-American University of Puerto Rico, they have a manatee rescue place where injured manatees are nursed back to health and released into the wild. And it was super rad. I went up to the edge of the tank, and one of the manatees popped right up in front of us and hooted through its nose, like right at us, and then gobbled up some lettuce and then disappeared back into the murky depths. And they were sleeping and rolling around, and they were fun little tykes. The manatees were manatee. It was great, but boy, that university was hard to get to. I had to ride the train, the metro, all the way across the entire city, and then it was still like a 15-minute Uber ride to get to this place. How does anybody get to this university if they are an actual student? They must have campus like lodging or something. If I ever go to Punta del Diablo, I highly recommend their mojito, best I've ever had. Wasn't there another special drink you had somewhere that was super good? I think we were talking about this recently. I have such a list of chores. I have a list of food chores around the world. I have to go get I still have to get all that Filipino food. I still have that list. We got back during the Genshin days. Has Puerto Rico recovered from Hurricane Maria? Generally, although definitely some places I went to, there was a lot of wrecked property still. Some stuff just hasn't been rebuilt, though they're clearly rebuilding a lot of things. So recovering is probably the best way to phrase it. There was a lot of, there were like Siba, half the stuff was new and rebuilt, like the reposteria and panaderia and the coffee shop. They were like brand new kinds of interiors, so I assume they were recently finished being rebuilt. But there was a lot of gutted buildings and houses and stuff, and that kind of sucked. It was like a lot of roads are being fixed still. So yeah, obviously they are still sort of rebuilding from it, but I think like the worst of it is kind of fixed. So glad to see that. I'm rooting for them. I'm rooting for Puerto Rico. It was a very nice place. They were very good hospitality. All the Uber drivers were so friendly, and they wanted to like practice chatting in English, and sometimes we tried to chat a bit in Spanish, and the rental car people were super nice. And yeah, that actually, someone reminded me, like, yeah, someone mentioned Maria happened in like 2017, right? It's like, that's like bananas. I can't believe it was like that Markiplier video. It can't have been that long ago. Ah! And then it just disappeared. Yeah, a tea. That's usually what I say when people ask me, oh man, a tea, because that's what you want to drink on a hot day. A man. If you run one of that, if you run that like ice, I got frozen along with the footage. I got frozen in time. The precious memory brought me back to that time and place. Oh, saddest, if you run that eatery, one of the beverages can be a manatee. I don't know what exactly it would be. Presumably fruit flavored in some way. Some kind of a pina colada tea innovation of some kind, you know? Oh, someone should open a boba tea place in Puerto Rico and call it Manatee. Manatees. Yeah. Oh, that'd be brilliant. I don't think that'd play well. Oh, there was another picture that vanished. Oh, man. Why isn't this technology more foolproof, for God's sake? There's definitely... Okay, so wait a minute. Wait a minute. This slideshow for sure isn't over. Hold on a minute. I refuse. Okay, hold on a minute. I'm going to have to do this manually. Because for sure... Yeah, look, we didn't see this kitty picture. I don't know how this is happening. I don't know why some of the pictures just randomly left. Some of the most important pictures. Look, there's a kitty right there. An Oreo kitty. Seen right there. Blood is soup made from real manatee. That's illegal. I don't say nothing if you don't. They're endangered status. We don't want the menu to be the saddest thing ever. Oh. Well, oh, you can have those fruit-flavored Oreos in there. You can mix them in. You can blend them. So here's a very good Oreo cat. Let me just see which pictures we haven't already. I don't know. I don't know why the slideshow feature has vexed me so. Let me manually sift through them because I swear to God there's gonna be manatee images here. No, we already saw that one. The numbers aren't even right. The numbers aren't even accurate. Ironmouse stated to not go to the jungles if you're a tourist. I didn't go. I don't think it was just the national park. It was just into the rainforest a bit. Ooh, let's go with this. I'm sure there's probably like kind of crimey sections, right? I'm sure that is a concern. Whoops, I don't know. 11. I need number 11. Numero 11. Yeah, people said this and that. Look at this. This is the self-same rainforest that we are seeing video footage of at ground level behind me. This is a view from the tower we saw. I don't think the kitty was so much requesting pets. Most of the cats were just like street cats, and they were hanging out and they were used to the sight of creatures like me. Some of them did though. Some cats came up and they were meowing and they were demanding specific attention, but many of them were just sort of chilling. Like, yeah, I see it. You just keep walking, gringo. You just keep walking by, tourist. Unless you got some treats for me, I don't want to hear nothing from you. That was their general attitude, right? Oh, speaking of which, we got a subsequent. See, look at this. The stupid photo thingy missed out. Like it was going to deprive us of all this kitties. Imagine a coffee shop called the Saddest Cafe, and when people get confused because it's not a sad place at all, they just go, oh no, that's just the owner's name. Ah, saddest place. Look at this cat is like literally a set of pajamas. Oh, and there's the hammocks I mentioned. Very good. Imagine hammocks and kitties. Oh, here we go. I knew it. I knew, damn it. How could I have forgotten? How could I forget so much? I trusted too much to technology. Here's a scene from the manatee shop. It's not actually a manatee. It's like a manatee repair shop, right? Here, we'll zoom in on, look at focus on this zone. See? You can see the manatee, there's the tail, and there's a second manatee to the left. You can see the tail under the water a little bit. There's like, you know what I mean? They're just chilling, chilling, boom, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah, repair your manatee while you wait. It's a manatee repair shop. Broken manatees come in, they repair them, send them back out on the ocean, good as new. Except some of them can't be fully fixed, so they have to be lifers at the resort. One of them had been there for like 10 years and will probably be there for 20 years more. They can live a long time if they put their mind to it. Yeah, it was a good scene though. It was a good scene. This is one of the things I heard about that I wanted to see in San Juan. One of my main reasons for going there. So I'm glad I finally got that done. I only did the hour-long, like the regular tour. There's a more involved option, caretaker for a day. Maybe that shall be a return visit kind of item to do, you know? Maybe that was the creature. I don't think they leap about, though. They're very snoofly guys. They just kind of pop up briefly and they go down and they graze on the seafloor. I don't know what it was that I saw jumping around. Either a fish or a dolphin or something of the sort. Probably. Check this out too. They have a local sort of coffee shop chain called 787. They have them around, but look at that. They serve their coffees in bags. Check that out. They bag coffee. I don't mean they sell bags of beans, though I'm sure they do that too. They sell bagged beverages. It's kind of brilliant when you think about it. It probably takes up less plastic than a cup, and it's a lot more. I hate plastic. I hate plastic cups. I don't like them. When I get water in a restaurant, I don't even like drinking out of a bottle. For some reason, I vastly prefer a glass made of glass. I don't know. It's like a psychosomatic thing. It just feels better. The water tastes better coming out of a glass. I swear it does. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong in your band. I will book no dissent on that one. I'll mute you. I have that power. It's just like, I don't know. It's like, even in a restaurant, I don't like getting water in a bottle. Not only because it's contributing to polluting the ocean, and I'm sick of petroleum being everywhere in the entire world, but, you know, I like it better when it's coming out of the glass. Ah, Sura! Koyoban wa ohisashiburi da ne. O genki desu ka? Ima ohisashiburi ni 2週間後に始まりの配信です。リョコしてた。プエルトリコしてるか？有名な VTuber アイロンマウスのふるさとです。有名なアメリカの島。ちょっと日本の沖縄同じだね。プエルトリコ、スペイン語を話すの島国です。それはあそこは私の旅行目的でした。2週間過ごしました。探しました。あそこでは楽しかったです。これはカバンコーヒー。プエルトリコ的カバンコーヒーだね。It was a very fun time. Welcome, Sulog. 787 are the first digits of most PR phone numbers. Oh, so it's like an area code kind of reference. I get it. It's like a local reference. Gotcha. I prefer glass as well. So you've been traveling and haven't delivered in 2 weeks. That's true. Are you saying that you are in a place like Okinawa in Japan where Spanish is the main language? So desu. Wakata. この島は Puerto Rico と申します。カリビアンは何と言いますか？アメリカから南と東のあたりです。キューバとドミニカとヘイティのあたり。そう、プエルトリコで旅行してた時はとても楽しかったです。はい、プエルトリコ。あそこ。それは。Correct. So, 2週間あそこで楽しく探しました。書いたばかりです。今日は初めての配信。Welcome. いらっしゃい。And now we're just talking about it. 写真と旅行について話している。楽しみ。Stop flexing, because you're making us peasants look bad. Wait a minute. I'm just welcoming the Kaigai Niki, because we're the Kaigai Niki. We're just explaining. I'm just catching up our pal Sulog on our goings on in Nihongo. I haven't spoken Nihongo in a minute. I've been trying to do Spanish, and I'm not as good at it. So now I have to feel competent again. Lots of the Okazoku are genius multilingual savants, though. I gotta flex once in a while to get on the same level as y'all's. What is it? Ironmouse is a strong lady with an incredible family. Yes, and an incredible singing voice. I remember the first time I heard her singing straight up opera, and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, she can do that? It's amazing. It's amazing how far she came, despite the scenario that she finds herself in. They should promote Puerto Rican travel with Ironmouse a lot more. She's a national treasure. The only foreign country I've been to is Barcelona, Spain. Watashi mo Barcelona ita koto ga arimasu. I can't imagine the world Central America in particular is an unknown world. Sounds like fun. Wow. It's a fushigi na yo da ne. Hai, totemo chigaimasu. It's very different. The very different climate and weather and all that. Kono video wa watashi o tota mori no naka de haita kono, what do you call it? National park. A national park. I took this video. That's our background today. Subarashi ne utsukushi shima. You went to Spain. That's so far. Spain's cool. Spain conquered like 2/3 of the Americas. They had themselves a big old empire. There were some mosquitoes, but they weren't too bad. They leave me alone though. They didn't bite me too much. I have some bites on my feet and that's about it. So that wasn't too bad. Only speak 3 languages. Look at that. Only Portuguese, English, and they speak a lot of bullcrap. Oh. Well, I mean, okay, if that counts as a separate language, we all have that fluency. You only speak Danish and English, but that's like, you know, you speak them both incredibly fluently. I would say on the whole, anyone here who is bilingual has a higher grasp of their second language than I do with any of mine. I'm a jack of all trades, a jackass of all trades. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah. What's a handy language you could learn? Well, Spanish definitely lets you travel to a lot of places. You could learn French. You're right next door. You could go on fully immersion trips at will to regions in France. And then you could go to French Guiana, because you don't even need a passport to go there. It's in the European Union. There's a European Union place in South America. How does that work? Haha. Jack of all trades, but you're a coyote. What? A jackal of all trades. Oh no, I'm invested. See, I doubt my Japanese skill will ever be to the level where I can get someone's jackal in that manner. That is a very good one. The condition that Japanese people look for in summer area are the absence of mosquitoes. Understandable. Low humidity. Well, it was pretty humid. I won't lie. But in cool weather, yeah. Let's see. Where has relatively cool weather? I guess you should. Low humidity. I don't know what has all 3 places. Low humidity. Certainly, well, Puerto Rico is pretty humid. Not the worst, though. It wasn't as humid as Florida. I feel like day to day I got by better in Puerto Rico's climate than I ever did in Florida. Florida's like wicked wet. It was like refreshing when the rains came. I don't know. That's a neat question, Sulog. At what point does it cease to be summer? I don't know, because like they have winter in those equatorial climes too, but they don't have snow and driving sleet and all that craziness. So it's like, it's still winter though, right? How do we consider? Oh, look, this is what you see everywhere. Extremely dangerous. Alto peligro. Swimming not recommended. Rip currents. As in rest in peace. As in you'll be rip. Let's see. Nadar no es recomendable corriente de resaca. Wow. That's what I mean. You'd think it would be really easy to find places to go snorkeling or swimming, but I actually had a hard time because signs like this were everywhere. It is a different part of the world. The oceans ain't playing games. And I guess there were like storms out at sea and stuff like that a lot. Where's the best summer place in the US? Definitely for summer, you want to be in the northern half. I'd say maybe like New England or California, and Seattle. Coastal region for sure. Oh, maybe Hawaii. Go Hawaii. No, actually Hawaii in the wintertime. Hawaii in the winter. What am I thinking? Yeah, maybe like the Northeast or the West Coast. Those are good summer places. South gets really hot. North, it's nice and well, it gets hot too sometimes, but not as much, and it usually cools down at least a bit. and it can be nice and breezy. Resaca, I don't know what that means in Spanish, but it means hangover in Portuguese. I looked it up at one point. It means like, shit, what did it mean? Where's my little app? My app bookmarked it. Hold on, let me just freeze for a moment. Resaca. It might be backwash, kickback, undertow. So like a kickback kind of thing. A tidal kickback. That makes sense as a hangover. It's like the kickback from your fun having. New England, California, Alaska. Oh, I bet Alaska's fine in the summertime. Actually, but from what I hear, Alaska has like the worst mosquitoes in the world because they can't be active for very long. So when they wake up, it's insane. I hear the mosquitoes will get you in the summertime in Alaska. Some places you have to wear a special like beekeeper outfit to keep yourself from being bled dry. I don't know if that's true everywhere. Maybe coastal Alaska is not so bad. But no, I bet the temperatures are A-okay. I bet they're really moderate. If I was Alaska in the summertime, actually, I would go. I want to do that. I want to go to Alaska in the summer. Know why? Because the sun doesn't go all the way down. All day long sunlight. It's far enough north that it will do that. That's cool. That's the fun part. I want to do that. Let's see. And here it is. Oh, I'm glad I noticed the missing pictures. Yeah, apparently Alaska has a lot of vicious mosquitoes, but only for a short time. So maybe if you choose the season correctly, you won't have to worry about it. And Alaska is a big place, so maybe not all of it has it. I've never been to Alaska, so I don't know too much. I've been to the Northwest Territories in Canada, though. But that was in the springtime. But even in the springtime, it was minus 25 degrees. So it was very chilly. But we saw the aurora. Aurora Borealis. A shirt. I love this t-shirt, but I looked up it was like $50, so I'm like, oh my god, I don't need it that bad. But someday, it is a cool t-shirt. It's the perfect t-shirt. It was in that coffee shop with the bagged coffee. So I got a t-shirt from the National Forest because the proceeds went to the forest and they didn't charge an entry fee. So I'm like, you know what? I want to support the woods and have an extra shirt since all my shirts are getting sweated out to death and I don't have anywhere to do laundry. So I'll do it this way. This is a two birds, one stone situation. If I go back, I'll definitely get a Creative Fucker t-shirt. Now that I know they exist, that'll be one of my missions. Last time, I went to see the manatees. Next time, I'm getting me a Creative Fucker t-shirt. Oh, that'd be like a cool couples thing, too. Like, you both get matching t-shirts. So fuck around. Go hold hands at the Castile while wearing your matching Creative Fucker t-shirts. Wouldn't that be great? Just come to old OkAs. OkAs has the travel tips you need for all occasions. Solo travel, couples travel. I got it. I know where to go. I know what to do. I know what'll make your dreams come true. And you gotta believe me, because it rhymes. And it was a natural rhyme. I didn't even contrive that on purpose. Andrew JD, did you hear any coquille while at UK? I heard a lot. I heard all kinds of bugs and birds and stuff at nighttime everywhere I went. And one of the first times I heard the nightlife, I seriously thought it was like a stereo or something. I thought it was like an alarm or something like mechanical making noises. I'm like, is someone's car alarm going off or something? Like there was all kinds of noise. It was amazing. I don't know specifically if I heard that exact creature, but I bet I did, because I heard everything. I heard every form of animal noise deep in the night. But I was only in LUK during the daytime, so it was actually rather quiet. It was mostly just running water sounds and breeziness. Oh, this place would be a good visit for a Japanese. The forest here, Sulog, because it was very breezy and there weren't too many bugs. There were some bees, but there weren't mosquitoes. And it's very pretty. What does the English text on the t-shirt mean? Naruhodo ne. Ichiban muzukashi kotoba sono fuck. So creative. Creative. How do I explain the word creative? What's the definition of that? Let's see. I'll see what Deep L has to say for this. I'll try this. I don't think it'll translate creative fucker, but we'll see. Okay. I'll just try this. Sosaku. That sounds about right. Creative sosaku, right? So basically it means sosakusha or creative, right? Creative is like someone who does bijutsu or something like that, right? Artistic, imaginative, comes up with a lot of ideas. As for the word fucker, how do I explain the word fucker? That's a tough one. Yeah, I forgot to put up the title of today's subject: the Chad Puerto Rico versus the Virgin Islands. Fuck wa iru na imi ga arimasu no ni, taitei fuck wa sexu suru to iu imi, soshite iru hoka no imi mo arimasu. Kono shot de wa faka wa means like hito. It's like slang de hito, but it's like kind of rude. It's sort of like in Japanese if you say ano ona, right? Like kind of like that woman, you know, like kind of like a rude way of referring to a person. So saying somebody is a fucker is kind of like that. Like it just means ano hito, but it has like it sounds kind of mean, like you don't like them. That's fucker, like ano ona, not ona no hito. It's like ano ona. So creative fucker is a funny thing to put on a t-shirt because you would not usually refer to yourself as a fucker. And it's a very strange sentiment to put on a t-shirt, but it's fun. Creative means, oh, okay, so you don't know. Yeah, that's the tough one to explain. So fucker generally would mean like warui hito or shinjirare nai hito or something, but it's like a rude way of referring to a person. So a creative person, but said in an especially mean, rude, slangy kind of way, which is unexpected and therefore funny. The small native tree frog with a high-pitched whistle. Koki is also the onomatopoeia for them. Wait, I think I heard of this once. Yeah, I don't think I heard the distinct high-pitched whistle frogs. I think I mostly just heard crazy birds and stuff. But I wouldn't really know it if I heard it. If it's that distinctive, then I probably did not. But maybe. I don't know. Do I have any recordings just from random nighttime noise? I heard lots. I heard lots of night critters, but I don't know for a fact that I heard the famed frog. I did, however, see a frog mascot in front of a restaurant that was very self-deprecating, and it said, "Sorry, we're open." And I guess the idea was the frog mascot was some kind of a fucker. Hey, it all comes together. Some kind of an he's a fucker. Yeah, that's like an example. That's the example of what it means. Yeah, so it's kind of like slang. Sulog is basically how I'd explain it. Simplest way. The simplest way. Wow, this is quite a scene. I like this. This is like a nice overlay we've got going on here. It's very relaxing, very vacation. we're you know, we're doing a lot of work. We're doing a lot of work semiotically here. So with that, I think that is actually all of the pictures. I don't know why I tried to hide some of the best pictures, man. Skipped the manatees, skipped the creative fucker t-shirt. We've been talking about it for 10 minutes. It was the highlight of the whole trip, finding this shirt. And the magical forest sections. Oh, because I have a silly idea. Your model went crossed eyes. What if you tape a piece of paper to your left eyebrow? The tricking and the tracking and making you cross. Did my eyes cross-eyed? That's like high-powered. Can I do that on purpose? Wow. That's like I think they haven't even figured out how to do that deliberately in Live 2D. I think I've coined like a new extreme power. Maybe I should get one on coins. I'll pioneer my new rigging technique to make that happen. I'll get an official Live 2D rigging coin, a medallion, like they gave to Kirana Yanome. No, not Kirana Yanome. What am I? Kira Omori. Jeez. The beaches, girl. Ow. A doubloon. No, sadly. Not like I'm so close to chat that I'm like tempted to try to gobble them up. No. It's really close. It's really close, man. Really close. You're getting too close, man. I've abruptly readjusted the composition of our just chatting overlay. I'm liking this vibe though. I like this jungle time. Don't hate me. I'm delicious and nutritious and addictive. If you only eat one, you'll go mad with desire, never being able to eat another. OkAs pulling a Chisu. I remember that. Whenever she got a new sub, the little name would fly over and she'd go, maximum kawaii. The world became a less vibrant place when Chisu became on indefinite hiatus. Here, I'll move over so you can see the nice waterfall. Nice and relaxing. Yeah, I remember that. That was such a good gag. She was a high-power creative force. There's a reason my kind comes in packs of 6 or 12. Is it because the buns only come in odd-numbered increments, so there'll always be some kind of a leftover, and we'll always want to go buy more, and it's an eternal cycle of consume product and get excited for subsequent products? Why in the hell did it make a noise? So let me know that I got upvotes on freaking Reddit. I don't want that. OkAs-san, kawaii, kawaii, arigato, sulong. Wait, hold on. I can be more kawaii. Which one? I have dead eyes. That's not. Well, that's a little kawaii. I'm told that my crying face is the most kawaii. Kono nakimushi no ga wa ichiban kawaii to ita koto ga arimasu. Hoka no hito wa watashi ni. So ka? Nakimushi OkAs mode wa ichiban kawaii ka? Or is it maybe crazy, combined crazy and sad? Which one is it? How do we like? Nah. Also, when I have to get really annoyed. When I've been playing a little too much Splatoon and things have not been going my way. No, that one's a little too frightening. That one's not cute. That one's frightening. I thought it was my PC freaking out. Yeah, I know. How dare it? How dare it give me these push? I got a new browser to replace the memory hog that was Google Chrome, and now I don't know how to futz all these new settings. So it's giving me Windows noises midstream, confusing everyone listening. Everyone's gonna think something happened, unless they're on a Mac, in which case they'll probably clue in, or unless you're watching this on like a cell phone or something. But you know what I'm saying. Certainly the OkAs with this expression are cute too. I have gotten the official certification of kawaii. It's official. It cannot be denied, and that's a very productive. That's a productive achievement for the first day back. Speaking of first days back, let's cover the very, very special sequence of events that shall take place over the course of the rest of this week. And then I guess we can wrap it up. Wow, we've been streaming for a couple hours. Boy, oh boy. I was expecting this maybe to be a somewhat shorter stream than usual. I wasn't sure how much I'd have to talk about. But man, we had ice cream, we had kitties, we had Creative Fucker t-shirts. Plenty of material to work with. Okay, check it out. Check it out, homies. Boop. Tomorrow, asita tokubetsu na haishin desu. Korabu. 11/10/23. OkAs officially became kawaii. Well, at least I officially became kawaii before I officially became green curry. I became kawaii before I became curry. Oh yeah, you have a Corpo collab with Cozy, and it's the perfect collab too. Look at this. It's Boomer Games collab. It is me and Cozy. We're going to do a cooperative Boomer video game. Maybe you've heard of it. Probably not though. It's called Toe Jam and Earl. It's one of the Mega Drive classics from the early 90s. It will be on both, I think. I think she's streaming it as well, but at the very least, you know, we should have probably talked about this before. I'll be streaming it. She may also, in fact, be streaming it. I don't know for a fact. Like, I've been in vacation mode, but we at least tested the software and it does work, so we know it'll work. We know it'll work. Yeah, Toe, Earl, and Jam. Yeah, okay, that's close enough, you know? So it's not about accuracy. This is America. Spelling doesn't count. People's pets do. So yeah, it'll be a coyote and an alpaca playing as a red googly-eyed stockman and a rotund hot dog muncher. And that sounds like some kind of a euphemism. Sorry. I mean, I'm going by the cover art. His cover art is key art on the cover of the game. He's eating a hot dog. And he's also... Earl is like dancing. If you see the original cover art, and this is something that's been lodged in my brain for years and years, when I first saw the cover art, I thought he was screaming in horror as he transformed into a hot dog, but I think it's just the way he's like swaying, because like his arms, he's dancing. That's the idea, but his legs aren't visible the way the art is cut off, but you just see like his belly over the edge of his like pants, and his arms are like moving up because he's like dancing while eating the hot dog. And I don't know why his mouth is agape, but it looks like he's screaming in horror as he turns into a hot dog moments before he ate a hot dog. And the other guy is just gripped by ice cold sang-froid saying jammin'. But in any case, nothing like that will happen tomorrow. Yeah, it's so it's a big day for me. I've been wanting to do a Toe Jam and Earl collab for a long time, and barely anybody knows what this game is. In fact, nobody does. I think literally one VTuber has ever even known what the franchise was. It was Mahihime. She's on hiatus. But Cozy's a highly cultured aficionado of the 16-bit era boomer games, and was down, like so many clowns, to play this very game with me, and for a fact for which I will die eternally grateful. So let's go. Who knows what kind of fun-filled convos we'll have on the subject of obsolescence. I hope we win, but even if we don't, it'll be a fun time. It does have friendly fire and split-screen action. It's simply ahead of its time. And that aside, here's the big one, Douglas. It's this guy. It's just here, let me make it bigger. There it is. For the rest of this week, we're on YouTube. However, honshu wa watashi no tame ni saigo no YouTube haishin no shu desu. Mou sugu Twitch ni ikimasu. Laishu kara. I'm going to Twitch for streaming soon. It's an experiment, you understand. I want to try streaming the same exact schedule that we already have. The only difference is, instead of on this YouTube channel, the live streams will happen on Twitch. And I'm planning on maintaining that experiment until the end of the year. You're glad to have met a kind of funny, cool, and cute VTuber like me. Yeah, tsuluk, urashio, but you're being, yeah, kanashi tsugiru desu. Mo, watashi wa mo sugu shinimasu. Yeah, the haishin wa is stream will be on Twitch instead until Oshogatsumade. It's an experiment. Yeah, it's a shiken. So, ooh, you go lie down for a second. Get your energy back, Kenny. Yeah. No, thank you for dropping by. You made it an enriching experience for all of us. It's amazing. Yeah. It probably won't be live too much longer. If I'm gone by the time you come back, then when? Take that to the bank. So it's this channel will still be active. YouTube de wa mo video to shorts o tsukurimasu tsumori desu. Part of the experiment is I want to see how it influences the algo, because I did notice during the 2 weeks that I wasn't streaming on here, some of my older videos had an uptick in traffic getting to them. And by coincidence, right as I was contemplating this experiment, I saw a video of La Plus Darkness talking about how she's switching to streaming on Twitch because she has it on good authority that YouTube channels kind of flip their algorithm based on whether you are primarily streaming or primarily videos or primarily shorts. So I'm just going to try streaming on Twitch for a while to see how it influences YouTube's behavior towards my humble channel while still putting fun-filled shorts and video essays on there. In fact, I mentioned it, I'm already writing one for Halloween. I sure hope I get it done in time for the big day. Wow. First stream of mine I watched. Yeah, thanks for dropping by too, by the way. All the regulars and the newcomers, multiple new people have been dropping in. It's incredible. Incredible. People dropping in to hear about my foray into the mysterious realm of the iron rodent. It was destiny. Thanks. Yeah, the OkAs_VT. It's right there in the little banner if you've gone over there. It's much smaller. I've only dabbled on there. I haven't been using it. I haven't been using my Twitch except to simp. I use it, that Twitch is a primarily simping account. But soon it shall be an active streaming account, which means I get to raid so many of my favorite YouTubers are on Twitch. So it'll be like, that's the other big thing, is I want to be able to interact more day to day with so many of my favorite Twitch content creators. Ooh, wait, whoa. I won't say who it was, but you saw some people looking at OkAs and calling them cute and very sexy boys. Huh? Well, I mean, you know, I don't know. It wasn't me, was it? I wouldn't say that and forget. There was compliments directed at OkAs. It is fortunate he was not aware, or he would have surely evaporated into a fine mist. I would have been like gorillas in the mist. The gorillas will be missed. Captain Planet 1996. My power ring gone forever. And then, you know, my hand hurts. Wait, what's going on? I think I'm falling apart. I think I'm turning into curry, boys. I better wrap this up quick. Okay, so that's it. And this doesn't happen until next week. This doesn't. Wow, Abunai Abe. That doesn't happen until October 10th, which is whoops, starting October 10th. I'm dumb. October 17th. I wrote it wrong. Next Tuesday. Hono Jugatsu Junichi wa chigaimasu. Junana kara Twitch de haishin suru. Honshu ni wa mo YouTube. Saigo no YouTube shu. Suddenly I spoke too soon. Rats. It's always happening. I'm always. Yay! Aw, thank you, Sulog. Yeah, I know how it might be kind of confusing if I'm suddenly on a different platform. So, you know, it happens sometimes. I followed other VTubers and they've switched from one platform to the other. And sometimes I'm like, huh, where did they go? So it's easy to assume that they're just on hiatus or something. And then I'll see them pop up on another website. I'm like, oh, they're active. I'm gonna watch them some more. They can't stop me now. But yay! Thank you for support, OkAs, on the purple website. I guess back when I did Tori's birthday stream, I got a taste of the purple website, and now I hunger for more. That's what happened. We'll agree to that. We'll stick to that narrative. Sounds very linear. Yeah. So that's about it. We still have our Cozy Chew collab tomorrow, and then Saturday night, I'm going to play some Silent Hill 4 to commemorate Spooky Month. And then it's off to Twitch, baby. Be more of a regular schedule. We'll be doing our Splatoon. We'll play more Silent Hill. We'll eventually get to Sakura Wars. All kinds of fun stuff. All kinds of that fun stuff. Reminds me of the time of V2 I watched Reincarnated. I was shocked. I've experienced that exact shock a few times. We need to invent a new word for that exact feeling, like in French or German or something. It's like deja vu, but it'd be some other vu. We'll call it VTuber vu. VooTuber. It'll be ooh. Deja ooh. Ah, there we go. We did it. We did it, everyone. It's called deja ooh. when you notice a oddly familiar VTuber pop up in like an agency after an indie stops streaming. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We did it. Did it. Atarashi. Atarashi kotobo tsukurita bakari desu. So, I'd say that's a good high note to go out on. We've done something productive and contributed permanently to the culture. So, I suppose I'll clean up. That's a good agency VTuber name. Yeah, if they do an FR VTuber company, yeah, Deja Uru. That's ingenious. Oh my god, I gotta start trademarking this stuff. I gotta start laying claim to my intellectual property. I gotta be the change I want to see in the world. Dang. Well, with that all in mind, I guess I'll wrap up stream for today, everybody. Thank you so much for dropping by. I feel extremely loved. Never mind the twitching eyes. Oh, wait, no, the twitching eyes are just a portent. It's signaling that we're going to Twitch soon. That's why. Okay, I sublimated that. Nicely. Very good. Anyway, mata yata kitara makoto ni arigatou gozaimasu. Mata ne. Oyasumi or Ohio and bye-bye. See you tomorrow.